Somewhere beneath the soil of Georgia, hidden deep in the forests and hills, lies a secret so elusive that it has captivated adventurers, historians, and treasure hunters for centuries. Ancient legends speak of gold, lost empires, and treasures guarded by time itself, just waiting to be uncovered. But the search has not been without its mysteries. Time and again, those who have dared to dig into the rich earth of this southeastern state have found nothing but disappointment until now. The lost treasure of Georgia is no mere tale spun around campfires or whispered between strangers. It's a story of daring, of riches beyond imagination, and of a treasure that could change everything we know about America's past. For the treasure hunters who have ventured into the Georgia wilderness, it's been more than just the hunt for gold. It's a relentless chase for something that may not even exist, or perhaps something so powerful that it's been deliberately hidden away for centuries. The first whispers of this treasure date back to the 16th century, when Spanish explorers roamed the southeastern coast of North America, intent on conquering and claiming the riches of the New World. Stories began circulating about treasure shipments lost in the dense forests of Georgia, their gold and jewels hidden from prying eyes. But these accounts were vague, mere fragments in an ocean of historical confusion. Was it the Conquistadors who hid the treasure, or perhaps an indigenous tribe that had secrets of its own to protect? Even today, no one is certain. But one thing is clear. The lost treasure of Georgia has inspired dozens of expeditions, each hoping to uncover the truth beneath the soil. In the early 1700s, the British arrived, settling in what would eventually become the state of Georgia. They too heard the rumors and began to wonder if the Spanish had indeed hidden something of immense value in the region. One of the earliest mentions of treasure comes from the journals of British colonial officers, who spoke of hearing local Native American tribes, specifically the Muskogee, talk about a treasure buried by the white men. These men, most likely referring to the Spanish conquistadors, were said to have hidden vast amounts of gold, silver, and precious stones before fleeing from a massacre that wiped out their settlements. But whether this treasure actually existed or was merely a legend passed down through generations is still up for debate. It was in the late 1800s that the first serious treasure hunt began, ignited by a mysterious map that surfaced in the hands of a local landowner. The map was thought to depict the location of a hidden cache of Spanish treasure somewhere in the mountains of North Georgia. With the excitement of the discovery came a frenzy of treasure hunters, farmers, adventurers, and even professionals, ready to risk it all in hopes of finding something truly extraordinary. As the search intensified, rumors began to spread that the map was a forgery, but that didn't stop people from scouring the hillsides, digging through old plantation sites, and spending years of their lives chasing a legend. Among the most famous of these treasure hunters was a man named Thomas Howard, a retired soldier turned prospector. Howard had heard about the treasure from an old friend, a man who claimed to have seen Spanish artifacts from the early 1500s in the region. With little more than the cryptic map and his own determination, Howard ventured into the mountains of Georgia, convinced that the riches were buried just beneath the surface. For over 2 years, Howard and his team combed through the land, digging up hundreds of sites, only to find that they had been led astray. The map proved to be fake, and after years of effort, Howard was forced to give up the search. Yet as soon as one treasure hunt ended, another began. The lost treasure of Georgia became an obsession, its allure too strong for some to resist. In the 20th century, a wave of new expeditions swept across the state, each fueled by new technologies like metal detectors and ground-penetrating radar. Still, each search proved fruitless, and by the mid-1900s, the treasure became little more than a piece of folklore, one of those great unsolved mysteries of American history. However, in recent decades, something curious has happened. The legends of Georgia's lost treasure have experienced a resurgence. New clues have emerged. Old journals, artifacts, and even stories handed down by locals who claim to know the true location of the treasure. But what makes this mystery even more puzzling is the revelation that the treasure might not be what everyone has imagined. Could it be that the treasure hidden beneath Georgia's soil isn't just gold or silver, but something far more valuable? One fascinating theory comes from a local historian named Dr. Josephine Miles, who has spent over 30 years studying the region's history. Dr. Miles believes that the treasure may not. This theory aligns with local Native American myths, which speak of an ancient, advanced civilization that thrived in the Georgia region long before European contact. The stories tell of a powerful people who possessed not only advanced knowledge of astronomy and medicine, but also a deep spiritual connection to the land. Could these artifacts be relics from this lost civilization? Were the treasure hunters looking for gold, when what they were truly after was something far more profound? Adding to the mystery, some of the most promising leads in recent years have come from small, seemingly insignificant details that were overlooked for centuries. In the 1980s, a local farmer named Ben Harper was plowing his field when his plow struck something hard in the ground. Thinking it was just a rock, he nearly passed it off. But curiosity got the best of him, and he unearthed a strange object. It was a metal disc, covered in intricate markings that resembled no known language or symbol. Some believed it was an ancient artifact, perhaps even a key to unlocking the treasure's location. Others thought it might be a clue that the treasure wasn't buried in a traditional sense at all, but rather hidden through a network of underground chambers or caves waiting to be rediscovered. The metal disc, though it was eventually lost in mysterious circumstances, prompted a renewed interest in the region. Could there be other clues buried in the land? Could they be lying in wait, hidden beneath centuries of dirt and decay? The answer remains unclear, but for many, the mystery of Georgia's lost treasure is far from over. The search continues, each new discovery adding to the tantalizing possibility that something extraordinary is still waiting to be found. And perhaps that is what keeps so many people coming back to Georgia's forgotten hills and valleys. The treasure may not be just a collection of gold and jewels, but a symbol of something greater, a connection to a forgotten past, a lost civilization, or a time when the land itself held secrets beyond our understanding. The thrill of the hunt, the promise of uncovering something hidden, is a pull that many can't resist. And even if they fail to find the riches they seek, the mystery itself is a treasure worth pursuing. As the sun sets over the dense Georgian forest, it's impossible not to wonder, what lies beneath the soil just waiting to be discovered? Is the lost treasure of Georgia truly just a myth, or is it a legacy buried deep in the earth waiting for the right person to uncover it? Only time will tell. But for now, the search continues, and with it, the hope that one day, the secrets of Georgia's lost treasure will finally be revealed.